join on YouTube, they can do it as well. Everybody, can you hear my voice clear?
Yes, of course. Clearly.
Okay. Yes.
Da.
Da. Mr. Jason, can you just open your camera because maybe Mr. Ivanov wanna see you? Okay. And everyone else, yeah, we are very happy if you
Hi,
open.
Mr. Jason.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Zdrave.
Zdravi. That's amazing pronunciation. I like it. I love it.
Bulgaria is Sofia. It's like a person name, a woman name.
Yes, yes. Comes after Greek name Sofia because Bulgarian was part of Byzantine Greek Empire, so they founded the city.
Yeah. Da.
Okay, everybody, can we start now?
Let's start.
Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The honorable ladies and gentlemen, our keynote speaker, our committee, and also our honorable audiences. Thank you for attending this international seminar and workshop, Thrive to Become Tech-Savvy English Learners. And this is presented by the Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, University of Widya Gama, Mahakam, Samarinda. So for today's seminar and workshop, we have Mr. Toshko Ivanov, who wants to deliver the seminar and workshop with the theme, Telling Jokes in English, While Learning is Faster When You Laugh. So hi, Mr. Ivanov, how are you?
Assalamu alaikum. Hello. I'm
Hello,
good.
Waalaikumsalam. Yeah, you're good. Okay, so our honorable participant, for your information, today we have 340 participants who registered in Zoom and also in YouTube Live. So we are very happy to see that a lot of students and also the professional who joined for today's seminar and also workshop. So, all right, I will read our agenda for today. The first is opening, and then the 5 minutes introduction of being UEGM that will be presented by our student. And after that, we will have some groupie or take picture together from the audiences and also the keynote speakers. And also after that, we have our main agenda, which is seminar by Mr. Toshko Ivanov, MSc. And after that, the question and answer session. After that, we will have the telling jokes competition by the audiences who interested. So about this segment, about the telling jokes competition, I will later tell you about the rules of this competition. Okay, and then the last session is the closing. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's open this seminar and workshop by saying Bismillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, all right, now our next agenda is the 5-minute introduction of being UEGM presented by our student Fasha Anggawi, and this will be delivered in Bahasa Indonesia. So for Fasha, please welcome.
Ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Pertama-tama izinkan saya share screen dulu ya. Udah kelihatan?
Belum, Fasha.
Ya. Oke.
Oke, teman-teman yang lain bisa lihat share screen dari Fasya.
Udah kelihatan, Miss?
Sudah. Oke, silakan di full screen.
Sekali lagi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Halo teman-teman semuanya, apa kabarnya hari ini? Semoga
Baik.
hari ini teman-temannya dalam keadaan sehat dan masih tetap semangat mengikuti kegiatan seminar hari ini ya. Nah, seperti pepatah bilang, tak kenal maka tak sayang. Jadi izinkan saya untuk memperkenalkan diri terlebih dahulu. Nama saya Fasya. Saya salah satu mahasiswa Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan Program Studi Bahasa Inggris angkatan tahun 2020. Nah, hari ini Fasya diberikan kesempatan untuk memperkenalkan program studi Bahasa Inggris di FKIP Widya Gama Mahakam Samarinda. Fasya bakal spill sedikit tentang program studi Bahasa Inggris yang sangat menarik dan penuh peluang ini ya. Nah, pertama-tama Fasya mau kasih tahu nih, Universitas Widya Gama Mahakam Samarinda adalah salah satu kampus yang ada di kota Samarinda, Kalimantan Timur. Dan kampus ini sudah berdiri sejak tahun 1985 loh. Jadi selama 39 tahun, kampus kami terus berkembang dan sekarang udah punya 7 fakultas yang siap mendukung generasi muda menjadi generasi hebat masa depan. Dan salah satunya adalah Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan. Nah, di fakultas ini kita memiliki 3 prodi. Yang pertama ada pendidikan bahasa Inggris, pendidikan guru sekolah dasar, dan pendidikan guru PAUD. Next. Iya. Nah, prodi bahasa Inggris kami ini telah berdiri sejak tahun 2003 dan sudah mendapatkan akreditas baik sekali. Nah, program kita juga menawarkan fleksibilitas dengan kelas online dan offline yang bisa menjadi opsi kalian kuliah jarak jauh yang memungkinkan kalian menyesuaikan jadwal belajar. Nah, hebatnya lagi nih teman-teman, sekarang kalian bisa lulus tanpa harus menyusun skripsi. Kebayangkan gimana rasanya dibebasin dari skripsi. Nah, untuk mendukung perjalanan akademik mahasiswa, prodi kami juga menyediakan berbagai beasiswa, seperti beasiswa KIP kuliah dan beasiswa KUKAR. Nah, bagi yang ingin menyelesaikan studi lebih cepat, tersedia program jalur kuliah RPL nih, yang memungkinkan lulus dalam 1,5 tahun hingga 2 tahun. Apa itu RPL? Itu bakal Fasya spill nanti ya. Next. Nah, sekarang boleh dilihat dulu brosur yang ada di layar. Tadi Fasya juga udah mention ya, kalian bisa lulus tanpa harus menyusun skripsi atau dibebas skripsikan. Nah, ada juga fleksibilitas dengan kelas online dan offline jarak jauh. Dan lebih menariknya lagi nih, kita bisa melakukan cicilan UKT sebanyak 3 kali. Jadi bukan cuma 2 kali ya, bisa sampai 3 kali. Lumayan kan ya? Nah, di sini kita juga bisa dapetin secara gratis online Office 365. Dan tentunya online Office ini yang original, teman-teman. Nah, ini selanjutnya yang tadi sudah Fasya mention juga, yaitu kuliah jalur RPL atau jalur rekognisi pembelajaran lampau. Nah, RPL ini bagi teman-teman yang sudah menjadi guru atau yang memiliki pekerjaan yang relevan. Nah, di sini ada syarat wajib dan syarat pendukung. Teman-teman boleh screenshot dulu kalau teman-teman ada yang tertarik. Bisa juga teman-temannya mau share ke keluarga atau kerabatnya yang tertarik untuk kuliah, tapi sedang bekerja dan ingin menyelesaikan studinya lebih cepat. Tambahan nih ya teman-teman, program studi ini juga didukung oleh dosen-dosen hebat dan fasilitas yang lengkap. Jadi kalian bisa belajar dengan nyaman dan lebih maksimal. Gimana teman-teman? Prodi kami cukup menarik kan ya? Nah, selanjutnya ini ada kontak kami. Teman-teman boleh screenshot kontak kami. Nanti kalau teman-teman masih ada yang ingin ditanyakan lebih lanjut, bisa hubungi kami di kontak yang ada di layar. Bisa melalui WhatsApp, bisa melalui Instagram, bisa melalui email ataupun website. Nah, terus. Next. Nah, di sini ada cara gimana teman-teman buat mendapatkan sertifikat seminar pada hari ini dan seminar di hari Sabtu dan Senin. Yaitu dengan cara yang pertama teman-teman bisa follow dulu Instagram kami atau subscribe YouTube channel kami, dan yang kedua teman-teman harus share brosur kami dulu ya. Tentunya di sosial media teman-teman dan WhatsApp grup teman-teman. Terus selanjutnya yang ketiga, teman-teman harus menghadiri seminar ini karena bisa jadi dengan mengikuti seminar ini teman-teman juga mendapatkan akses ke pengetahuan yang terbaru. Nah, yang keempat, teman-teman bisa lengkapi formulir sertifikat. Jadi teman-teman wajib melengkapi formulir ini. Formulirnya akan admin share di kolom chat Zoom dan YouTube Live. Jadi teman-teman harus langsung isi sebelum linknya dinonaktifkan ya. Nah, yang kelima, yang terakhir, Setelah melakukan langkah-langkah tersebut, teman-teman bisa cek sertifikatnya di email masing-masing. Kalau nanti ada kendala dalam pengisian formulir dan atau teman-teman sudah melakukan step-step tadi, tapi teman-teman belum menerima sertifikatnya, teman-teman bisa hubungi admin melalui WhatsApp group, kolom chat Zoom, ataupun YouTube Live ya. Teman-teman boleh screenshot dulu nih langkah-langkah atau cara mendapatkan sertifikatnya. Sudah di-screenshot ya? Next. Nah, oke, sepertinya udah cukup ya Fasya memperkenalkan program studi Bahasa Inggris Fakultas Keguruan Universitas Mahakam Samarinda. Sebelumnya, terima kasih teman-teman sudah meluangkan waktunya untuk mengikuti seminar yang kami adakan. Sekarang kita mulai saja seminar ini dengan penuh semangat dan selamat mengikuti seminar. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, thank you very much for Pasha. That was a brilliant explanation. Yeah, so now we will continue our agenda. Yeah, and then we will continue to the main agenda for today, which is the seminar that will be delivered by Mr. Toshko Ivanov. So, and then the title is Telling Joke in English, Why Learning is Faster When You Laugh. It sounds very interesting, right? Yeah. Okay, so I want to remind you that you can just open your camera and then feel free to unmute your audio. If you want to react to something or want to say something, please feel free to unmute your audio, okay? Yes. Yeah, and then for your information, Mr. Toshko Ivanov is IT independent contractor and also the book author. He was also an English teacher and he is from Bulgaria, from South Europe. And then now we welcome Mr. Ivanov to be on the screen. So to Mr. Toshko Ivanov, please welcome.
Hello. Hello.
Hai.
Thank you for having me on this workshop. I'm very, very happy. I cannot wait to start. I've been waiting for so long. Just give me the go and I'm gonna start with the presentation and hope everybody that we have fun together.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Ivanov, are you just processing your
No, should I start? Should I start now?
yes, you can just start your
Oh, okay, great,
Yeah.
great. I wasn't sure if there's gonna be anything else. Okay,
No,
I'm gonna start my presentation now. And again, I'm gonna remind that everybody, I hope that you participate in the chat or you can unmute yourself. We're gonna have a funny quiz and trivia. So you're gonna guess the end of some jokes. And yeah, that's it. So let me just share my screen. All right. I hope that you can see it now.
yeah, clearly.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you. So, a thank you to the Honorable Dean of the faculty, who is not here, but anyways, thank you for Dr. Nur Agus Salim for organizing the seminar as well as a thank you to the committee and everybody else. And yeah, let's start with the subject. So, why is telling jokes a faster way to learn English? First, I'd like to start that to tell you that telling jokes is a good way to have a good time, improve the immune system, relieve pain, and stimulate your organs and suit the tension and everything good. Telling jokes is just a good experience, so it doesn't have to be, especially for learning English or any other language. It's just a good thing that we do unconsciously. So if we can learn the language as well, doing that, it will be amazing, right? This is the whole world, and the whole world laughs, although a little bit differently. I've taken a picture, and you can see that in every country, they write a different type of, haha. So it's really interesting that although the whole world, laughs differently, but everybody does it, so it must be something good. So why does learning jokes makes learning English easier? This is for several reasons, of course. The cultural insight. The jokes often contain cultural references, idioms, wordplay, which is very important, the wordplay. Because many words have two or more meanings, and within the subject of some sentence, you have to know the different meanings and what does the person want to say. It's not only useful in telling jokes or in understanding them, but it's useful in real life, in day-to-day situations. And these are rooted in the culture of English-speaking countries, the double and triple meaning of the words. I guess that's the case with any country and any language. So understanding these jokes will help you grasp the language and the context. As I said in the sentence, you're gonna understand how native speakers of English think and communicate. So that's one reason. The second reason is you're gonna increase your vocabulary and phrasing. Because the jokes will introduce you, students, the learners, to new vocabulary and expressions in a very memorable way. Memorable because, of course, people tend to remember easier funny things like jokes and pleasant things. So I hope that it's at least a little bit better than just studying some boring random things. Jokes have a specific wording and timing. So that means that if you're telling a joke, or if you are understanding a joke, or if somebody jokes with you in the workspace, or just in your friend circle, you have to understand the timing, because often, jokes and if somebody wants to speak to you and put some double meaning in the speech, the timing is what can make you understand whatever he meant. So that's really, really important to note as well. You have to pay close attention to the language, and this will reinforce, as we said, learning new words and new phrases. Another reason, and I promise we are gonna end with the boring slides just in a little bit, in 1 minute, and we're gonna start with the jokes. But first, let's talk about the serious stuff. So another reason, as I said, is wordplay and double meaning, and we're gonna extend on this subject a little bit. Many jokes rely on puns, which puns are a type of joke in English, which I have included in this seminar. You're gonna learn about homophones, homonyms, which is part of the linguistic part of the language. to understand the wordplay, you have to enhance your ability to decode meaning in different contexts. Again, this is said with different words. I mean, compared to the last slide, I guess this slide is a little bit like it has double meaning. It's wordplay. It has double meaning because we're saying the same thing, but in different words. So that's kind of the idea. Engagement and motivation, of course. As we said, humor naturally engages people. When you learners find something funny, you'll be more likely to remember it. We said it. This enjoyment can make English feel less like a chore and more like a fun activity, increasing motivation and retention. That's what everybody is hoping for. And of course, the social interaction, as we spoke about it, is very, very important. If you land a job in English speaking environment company, hopefully in your new capital, in your island, you're gonna want to at least understand if other English learners are joking around or if they are joking with you. Because it can be harmful joke or maybe not. So really learning jokes is something that is quite relevant even in the working space, because people are just social creatures, and yeah, that enhances your way to being a native speaker. So we cannot omit jokes from English learning. It's mandatory. Believe me, it's mandatory. And last but not least, pronunciation and rhythm. To deliver a joke, you have to have a certain rhythm and a certain pronunciation and intonation as well, which will again help with your English skills. If you practice that more and more, it's a fun way to, get better at this. So yeah, let's go on and continue. So what are pun jokes? Pun or puns are, as I said, words that sound like each other, or words that have more than one meaning. And in order to understand a pun joke, you need to be able to understand, as we said, both meanings of the word and differentiate the similar sounds. So let's start with, just a simple pun joke. And, you can all read it, but I'm gonna read it as well. So the joke is when you should buy a cheap band. You have three options. In the beginning, wait until their music starts to stink, or three, after you have broken your wrist. Maybe it doesn't make sense, but whoops. That's the answer. After you have broken your wrist. That's the joke, actually. When you should buy a cheap band, only after you have broken your wrist. That's because band has two meanings. It can be like garage band, music band, rock band, or it's a wristband that you use after you injure yourself. So yeah, that's the thing. We're gonna move to another pun joke. What kind of music do mummies listen to? These mummies, I guess, are in Egypt and other places. So it's salsa, rap, or underground music. And, although you may think that underground music is the closer, the answer is no, it's rap. Why? Because
Oh my God.
rap and rap, they sound the same, but they have different meaning. And rap means, to wrap something around, So mummies are wrapped in, I don't know, in some cloth. So I guess their favorite music is rap. Another pun joke. Okay. Why is the celebrity so cool? I'm sure you know this. This is very famous internet joke. It's because she or he has a lot of fans. And again, fans have two meanings. It's a double meaning word. It means, a person who likes somebody too much, maybe unhealthy too much, and just the machine fan, which I'm sure you have a lot in Indonesia. Okay, and another pun joke. Why was the blind man wet? Because he couldn't see that well. So, well, it means good, and it also means a place that you collect water and you can fall inside, and it's not good for the blind man, obviously. Okay, we're gonna continue. Two fish in a tank. One says, "You drive and I'll fire the gun." And another one, "Whoa, a talking fish." That's, a little simple joke, but we can understand that tank is a vehicle, used in war, and also a tank is the glassy box that collects water. Or maybe not glassy, it can be with plastic as well. Like water tank is a thing that's very different from the vehicle. So within the context, you can see that jokes use a lot of double meaning words. So it's very, very important to know. Another type of jokes are British or English humor, because they use a lot of sarcasm and banter. Banter means that you just joke around with your closed ones, like buddies or family, doesn't matter. British humor carries strong elements of aiming at the absurdity of everyday life. So we have couple examples of this. So two monkeys are sat in a bathtub. The first one says, something in monkey language. And the second one says, "Put some cold water then." That's typically British. So, we can see that they mock the absurdity of everyday life, because, they are trying to be polite and helpful. Like one of the monkey tries to be polite and helpful to the other monkey. So that's British humor. No, not everybody find it funny though. Another British joke. But you have to be prepared for British humor as well. Two cows are in a field. One says, "This mad cow disease is bad news, in it?" And the other one says, "That's sad, but us squirrels will be fine." So again, one of the cows definitely thinks they're squirrels, and it means that she is mad. She has a disease, and that's part of the absurdity looked from the English or British perspective. But as I said, you have to be prepared, because if you're working for a British man, a British boss, and your salary depends on this, and he tells such a joke, you have to at least laugh a little bit or understand it's a joke. Don't have a straight face the whole time. So yeah. Another one. I think this might be better. An e-commerce store selling t-shirts. We tested these t-shirts on animals. They didn't fit well. So, they tested the shirts on animals, usually companies do this with the products, like if it's cosmetics, they test first on animals to make sure that they don't get bad reactions. But I guess this company tested the shirts on animals. So that is a mocking absurdity of everyday life, again, typically of English British humor. Oh, another one. From a famous Welsh piano player while playing the piano. My neighbors love it. Last week they broke all my windows so they could hear better. So again, I mean, the Welsh piano player thought they love his music so much that it's probably not the truth, but I mean, it's another perspective to look at it. And yeah, let's go on with a little bit longer joke. A British man takes his wife to get tested for coronavirus. 2 days later, he gets a call from the lab. Doctor, I'm sorry to inform you that, sir, your wife's test results have been mixed up with another patient's. We're not sure if she has COVID-19 or Alzheimer's disease. The man. So what am I supposed to do now? Doctor says, I'd recommend taking her for a long walk and leaving her if she finds her way back home, don't open the door. So it might sound a little bit violent and not a good way to treat your life, but COVID was very, very interesting times, to say at least. So yeah, that's a British humor. Oh, another one. I've tried to include every English speaking nation that English is the official language. So we have one joke from each region. So now I've merged these, like an Irishman, Scottishman, and Englishman are stuck on a desert island. They find a magic lantern containing a genie who grants them each one a wish. The Irishman says, I like to be back home with my family and friends. I miss them so much. Poof, the genie sends him back. The Scotsman says, I wish to be back in Scotland, enjoying the rolling hills and the lovely cold. Poof, genie sends him back. And the Englishman looks around and says, well, I just want to be with my mates then. And poof, the genie brought them back together. So that's also typical for the British. They just want to be with their mates. That's it. So yeah, the absurdity here is, I think, obvious. And now it's your turn to participate somehow, because we're gonna look at the other type of jokes, which are bad jokes or dumb jokes. They don't necessarily aim to be clever, of course, and they only resonate with small percentage of population. And they are one of the most controversial jokes because nobody will laugh at some of these. So this is your chance to either unmute yourself or just write in the chat, because I'm gonna give three suggestions for each joke for you to guess the end of it, the answer. So we're gonna start with the first one. What do you call a broken can opener? If somebody, isn't shy to suggest. So you call it a can't opener. I don't know if that's funny, or maybe it's not funny. But let's move to the other one. What's red and smells like blue paint? Come on, that's easy one. I want to see the chat. Just 1 second. I'm gonna open the chat. Red paint. Yes. Bravo. That's yeah. Whoever said it, you're awesome. Amazing. Red paint. Nice, nice. Okay, we're gonna move to another joke. What do you call an alligator in a vest? I want to see the chat. Let me open the chat. Investigator. Yes. You're very smart students. I'm very proud of you. Whoa, amazing audience. That's great. Okay, and another one. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? I'm sorry, I'm trying to open the chat. This one is a little bit harder, maybe. Nobody? Okay, I'm gonna give one more hint. Yes, supplies. Yes. Instead of surprise, he said supplies because he probably needs some. Good. I'm very happy that you participate. You're amazing. You're amazing. Okay, this one. What's white and can't climb trees? What is this? Yeah, that's the hardest one so far. You have time to think, like maybe 30 seconds, 1 minute. What's white and can't climb trees? A fridge. Yes, a fridge. Of course, a fridge. Good one. Or maybe you have seen that on the internet, which is also good because it means that you search for jokes and you learn English very passionate. Okay, bonus joke for USA. What's the difference between the USA and a cup of yogurt? If you leave yogurt alone for 300 years, it develops a culture.
Oh,
You know, the culture, the culture is the good bacteria in yogurt, and USA is only 300 years old or young, and they have no culture except of burgers, and I don't know what else. Okay, bonus joke Nigeria. Why did the Nigerian prince take a class in computer science? Because he wanted to improve his spam management skills. This joke, exists because there are a lot of scam and spam from Nigeria, a lot of phishing emails. You have to be careful. But why I have included Nigeria? Because maybe you know, maybe you don't know, but Nigeria is the biggest English-speaking country where English is official language. It has population of 180 million people, and they are certainly gonna increase. And maybe in year 2030, they're gonna be like 300 million. So they will, stay the country where most native English speakers reside. So maybe someday we're gonna go and work in Nigeria and live. Who knows? Yeah, of course, there are many different types of jokes. It's not only the pun jokes or the bad jokes or the British or English humor. Every country has different flavor of jokes, and it's as you said, a little bit funnier way, easier way to be exposed to the language. So I really hope that you do that on your own, because this presentation was just a brief one, quick one, just to give you an idea, like if you find the typical learning of English, a bit too boring, like if you think to yourself, I must learn English, but I'm bored, I don't want to do that. Just open some jokes. You can translate it with Google Translate from Indonesian or to Indonesian, and you can read the English version. And yeah, you're gonna trick yourself into learning a little bit more the fun way. And other types of jokes or other type of content is the stand-up comedy videos in YouTube, where you're gonna get exposed, to people speaking, so your listening skills will gonna improve. And although not all stand-up comedy is maybe to your taste, at least give it a try. Maybe you'll find your favorite comedian. I personally uh, don't have a favorite comedian, but it's okay. You can listen as well to podcasts. There are some very, very funny podcasts um, in YouTube as well, or in Apple Podcast if you have an Apple phone. And Android has, a lot of applications in the store as well. There are forums where they discuss the jokes, and they break them down, the logic of the jokes. And maybe it's not so funny when they break down the whole logic, but I mean, you can use also Google, just search for jokes in English, or you can try to use ChatGPT and AI tools. They are good at telling jokes. Actually, I tried ChatGPT, and he told a lot of good dumb jokes. So if that's your kind of jokes, he knows a lot of dumb jokes. Maybe a little bit too dumb, which makes it even more funnier. At least for me. And with that said, I'm gonna remind you that the next lecture from the workshop, which is not today, not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow, you're gonna have a lecture about ChatGPT and AI tools and how to learn English with them, which really, really will blow your minds, because believe me, it's such an amazing tool. It almost can replace your teacher. I mean, nothing against the teachers and nothing against the university, but it can almost replace all of that. It's available on your fingertips, on your phone, on your laptop. And now the latest updates, it can also speak to you. So basically, it can be your buddy who knows both Indonesian and English and can help you learn really, really fast and to your own taste and to your own pace. And it's free. Everybody can access it. So be sure, to watch the next workshop lecture where, they're gonna discuss this more in detail. I'm just giving you a little bit hint. And yeah, now I guess it's time for questions from you to me, if you have some, of course. I'm not gonna force any questions, but if somebody is, curious about something you want to ask, you can just unmute yourself or write in the chat if you're shy, and we're gonna talk about this.
Okay, so for anyone who has a question or something that you want to tell to Mr. Ivanov, please don't be hesitate to write on the chat, or you just can raise your hand and then you unmute your audio and then ask yourself to Mr. Ivanov. Please, anyone? Yeah, don't be shy. Do you have any question, or do you think it's clear? It's like crystal clear and you can wait for the next segment, which is telling jokes?
I'd
Yeah.
love to be part of that. I love to hear some Indonesian jokes.
Okay, Indonesian jokes, but in English, okay? Otherwise, Mr. Ivanov won't understand anything. Yeah. Okay. So if you really don't have any question, we can move to the next agenda, which is telling the jokes. So everyone, please raise your hands or just simply unmute your audio and then say, I want to tell my joke or something like that. And then what is good for you is the best jokes teller will get the winner prize, and then we will announce it on our Instagram tonight. Yeah. So stay tuned to our Instagram because we will announce it later tonight. Okay. Anyone, please raise your hands and don't be shy. Okay, I will
Or you
also.
can write it in the chat. There's no problem.
Okay, so
Write some joke in the chat.
you can just write it down on your chat, and Mr. Ivanov will read it, and then we'll decide later which one is the best jokes. Hello. Hello, Miss Diana. Do you want to say your jokes?
Actually, I want to asking and give you a joke.
Okay.
Okay, can I make a question for Mr.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, I'm a teacher in senior high school, and my student have I think English is foreign language for them, so it is difficult to give a joke for them in English because they didn't laugh in English. But if the joke in Bahasa, they really know. Maybe because culture. I mean, do you have any strategy to give a joke for them? Because my student have a limitation in English. I mean,
Yes, I have a suggestion. Yes, it is true that younger people, like children, they cannot understand the joke, usually. But that's why a type of joke called dad joke, dad jokes, it's thing that exists because they're like version of dumb jokes. They're really, really, dumb jokes, but they have subject for kids. So if you search for dad jokes, most of the kids relate to that and find it funny, and some of the adults too. So maybe try this, maybe it will work, but it depends on the child, like not every person is a funny person, not every person likes to laugh. This is with adults too. I mean, not everybody likes jokes, so don't worry about it and try the dad jokes, and maybe some of them could work.
okay, okay, thank you. And I have a joke for you.
Okay.
Are planes good at math? Do you know the answer? Are plane good
Yes. I don't know.
only if they have square root?
Oh my God. It's good one. Okay, it's good one.
Thank you. That's all. Nice.
Good one. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Diana. Okay, and then we will also hear the next jokes from some of you. Please raise your hands or unmute your audio just like Miss Diana did.
Can I say a little bit jokes, Kawidi?
Hello, yeah,
Hello.
Mr.
Yeah.
Diana.
Hello, Mr. Tosco. My name is Muhammad. I
Hi,
just
Mohammed. Hi.
yeah. I'm just gonna say this straight away. I think this is pretty popular jokes. I think you knew it also. So the joke goes, why was 6 afraid of 7?
Mm.
The answer is because 7, 8, 9.
Yes, I know this, but I've forgotten it. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's good.
I
It's
saw
good.
this joke the other day, so I think it's good one.
Good. Yeah, thank you, Muhammad. Thank you. It's
Thank
good.
you.
Very much, Mr. Salvian. And then next, who wants to give the jokes or banter? As in English, it's banter, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess
banter.
we can.
Banter. Okay, hello, who is that?
Hello.
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 Oh, Sharon. Okay, Sharon, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is pretty basic. Hmm. So two roosters are going somewhere, but they're getting pretty late. What does one rooster say to the other?
What?
Oh my, look at the clock.
Look at the clock.
Oh
Okay.
my God, good, good.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. We're gonna have a hard time deciding which is a best joke, and maybe you all get additional prize because they're all funny. That's
Yeah.
good.
They're all short and funny and clear.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anybody who wants to show off their best jokes?
Excuse me, can I try?
Yes,
Of
go ahead.
course. Welcome.
Okay, hello, my name is Zia. Well, I'm currently on a beach right now. It's been so beautiful view here.
Yes, it's great.
Okay, anyway, can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
All right, okay. It's not like I'm gonna tell you some jokes, but maybe it's kind of some kind of impression for me. So,
Good.
I recently got into the horoscopes. Not because I believe in them, but because I need something new to blame for my problems. You know, like you ever notice how horoscope are like the fortunes cookies of the zodiac world? Like they're so basic and they're so so common, but somehow everyone's like, wow, that is so me, right? Like, have you feel that way when you are
Mm.
like, okay? So last week, said my horoscope says like you'll face a challenging situation, but your stronger willpower will help you to overcome it.
Mhm.
I'm like, wow, that's deep, but actually that's happened every Monday. Not gonna lie, and then well, and the way people talk about their signal, they'll be like, sorry, I'm a Leo, and I'm just naturally confident. Nah,
Mm.
Brenda, you're just naturally annoying, to be honest. Okay, sorry to Brenda, no offense. Okay, uh, actually, then there are people who refuse to date, like when you are seeking for a partner, and they are to refuse to date the certain signs, like, oh,
Mm.
you are a Scorpio. I don't
I
think.
know these people. Yes, there are people like this. I know. They're
Yeah,
crazy.
it's like people nowadays like this, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you are a Scorpio. I don't think it's going to
Mm.
work. Like, because my
Mm.
date of birth is really the problem here, not the fact that you're mentioned that it's like your ex like before. Okay,
Mm.
and then we can talk about the people who know every sign compatibility, and then they're out like, is there a PhD in astrology? Like, oh, you are a Virgo and you should be a Taurus. Like, you should be get with get out with Taurus. They're great, and I think that's just funny, like seeing people
Yeah.
like matching people by their horoscope, and
It
then
is. I can attest that in the Western culture, in Europe, in America, like here, this is really predominant. I mean, and of course it's funny because it's not 100% true. Maybe there's 1% true in it. I don't know, maybe, but of course it's not 100% true. And the funny thing is that there are some people who really the first thing that they ask you is what is your sign? And you tell them, and straight away they're like, you're not a good person because my ex was this sign, or I knew a person who was Aries, is no good, so you're not good. So, I mean, this can happen even you go in the supermarket and, just some random person asks for your sign and you say, and they're like, you're no good. So, yeah, that's kind of funny and that's kind of crazy as well.
Okay. They want to continue?
all right. So people in horoscope is like justifies their habits. It's like uh Sorry, I was late. The Mercury is in retrograde. But to be honest, actually, now you're just bad at time management.
Yeah.
Mercury is not slowing down, but it's just you. Okay.
Yeah.
I think just that. I don't think that really funny, but it's okay.
It's funny. It's good material. As you said, it's not a joke, but it's good material, so it counts. That's comedy. It's comedy. So
So they just give us the whole
thank you
set of
for
comedy.
giving this idea.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Zia. You just give us the whole stand-up comedy, which is good job, okay?
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. And the next wants to say something. I can see that somebody right here. The sun. Oh, Miss Nining, do you have a map? She asked us about do you have a map? How about that? Miss
What kind of
Nining?
map? What kind
Yeah,
of map? A map of what?
do you have a map? No? Why? Miss Nining, do you want to unmute your audio? Because you're confused. Okay, because I keep getting lost in your eyes. Oh.
Nah, that's a funny joke. Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
thank you for the good joke, Miss Nining. Okay, and who else? Anyone can just write just like Miss Nining. Okay, Reese, yeah. They state that it's Reese, yeah. Reese, it's like you make the pickup line. You make flirt to people, right, Zia? Yeah, again, alpha term. Yeah, okay. And the next, anybody want to compete?
I see that somebody asked how teachers use humor to create better learning environment. Well, I guess they break the boring material. If your um, if your lesson is 45 minutes or 1 hour, you just can have two, three, four small jokes, and you can break the big lesson and just put a little bit jokes here and there, and make the experience more pleasant. But you're gonna have to have a lot of jokes, and that might not work like forever because you're gonna run out of jokes. So I guess you just try to be a little bit more funny person, and because teachers who are very very strict, you know although they have their right to be, but I prefer funny teachers personally.
Yeah, absolutely.
What what makes you think jokes are fun? Well, this is very very subjective. I mean, some people can find some jokes fun, other people cannot find them fun. And some people, as I said, any joke won't work on them. Like, there are people that just dislike jokes, and this is absolutely fine because it's based on the mood of the person. Even with me, I mean, some days I just wake up, I don't care about jokes, I don't want to hear jokes. Not that I'm sad or I'm depressed. No, I don't care about jokes. But other days, like, everything seems funny. So I guess it just depends of the mood and the person and many things. Jokes that are suitable in school environment. Well, there's a category of jokes, like student jokes and school jokes. If you write that in Google, there's a like collection of hundreds of jokes which take place in school. I don't recall any of them. I mean, I cannot just tell such joke because I have really bad memory. So these jokes in the slide, they are not my jokes. I just, looked for them, searched for them. But if you just ask me about a joke, nothing. I cannot give you anything. I'm very bad with memory. So, but as long as you know how to use the tools, I think you'll be fine. Like Google and maybe, as I said, if you ask Chat GPT, about school jokes, is gonna give you a lot, and you can just copy and save them, and that's it.
Okay, so anybody wants to ask question again or another jokes? Okay, Mr.
Thank you
Alfian.
also.
Sorry, excuse
Okay,
me.
thank you so much for your question, Mr. Alfian. Then next question or jokes, please.
Jokes. Okay,
Oh,
I have a
okay.
joke for you. What do the pigs use in the shower?
What?
Hog wash. Hog is like a pig, right? Hog wash.
Ah, yes.
Like a hog word. Yeah, word like Harry Potter. Like Topa Bravo. It's hog wash.
Ah, nice. Yeah, that's wordplay. I like it. Yeah. Good.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jason. And then the next jokes.
I have one.
Okay, who's that? Gaisa?
Yes.
Okay, Gaisa.
What do you feed a gay horse?
Oh, it's I have no idea.
Hey.
I've seen that written, but I didn't get it. But now when you say it, I get it. So yeah, it's funny. It's the delivery. It's the delivery, yeah.
Yeah.
Good one.
So in making jokes, we really need to have very confident vibe, and also how to deliver it should be good, so people can understand.
Yes, delivery.
Right. Yeah. Okay, next. Anybody? Nobody?
Sure, I got some question for you.
Okay, Mr. Sofyan, please.
Yeah. Can you? I was wondering, like, can you like translate a jokes, maybe perhaps from English or another language to another language? Is it gonna change
The structure.
these, or yeah, is it possible to do that?
Yes.
I was wondering.
First, I'd like to say that your English is brilliant. You have really
Thank you,
nice
thank you,
pronunciation, everything. Really good job, and whatever you do, good job. You're very good student. And yeah, to answer your question, yes, some jokes change when you translate them to a different language. They become funnier or less funnier. Some jokes stay the same. It really differentiates. Like if you are translating just text or a book, maybe you don't know that, but books that are originally written in English or in any other language, when they translate them, maybe because I've published a book and I have given my book to be translated, and believe me, like maybe half of the words in the book, half of the book should be rewritten, like it's all gone because the subject is changing, the whole subject, and you have to explain it in a different way. So it's the same with jokes. Maybe if you get the logic, the essence of a joke, you can like just tell it in a different way, in a different language. But if you just translate like word by word, maybe half of them are not gonna work.
I see.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's pretty helpful. Thank you, sir.
Thank you as well.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Sofyan. And then the next, do you have any question or more jokes? Please don't give up. If you feel that you have eager to say something, please just say it, or you will regret it.
I have a question. You from Bulgarian, right?
Yes.
Is Bulgarian is like a Slavic language? When I see the word, they look like Slavic. It's like Russians.
Well, okay, listen. I'm gonna try to explain it quickly for 1 minute. So Bulgarian language comes from Greek language. It's really simplified version of Greek, and the letters not so much, but the words and the meaning. The letters though, it's called Cyrillic language. The Bulgarian alphabet is Cyrillic language, or Slavic as you say, but there's no. It's not called Slavic. Slavic are type of culture. It's not type of alphabet. So the alphabet is Cyrillic, and the alphabet is created by two Greek people. So for real, I mean, it comes from Greece. And the more understandable version, because the Greek, the old Greek is like Greek. It's nothing else. But the new version, you can say that is Cyrillic language, which is Bulgarian. And the Russian is the third version of that, because Bulgaria was the first country that had Cyrillic language, and we gave the alphabet to Russia, to Ukraine, to every other Slavic or Cyrillic, country. So I mean, pretty much for 1 minute, that's the story of it. And I don't know if it's hard or not, but foreigners say that it's hard. For us, it's for us is we are born with it, so it's okay.
Okay, that was the explanation, Mr. Jackson.
Bulgariavi.
What if I came from Japan? Well, I guess I don't know. I'm gonna be Japanese then, if I came from Japan. We had good relationship with Japan, Bulgaria and Japan, like during the communism. Yeah,
Oh, I
Tokyo
think
Ivanov.
it's
Tokyo Ivanov, that's good joke. My name Toshko, they've told me Toshiba as well, Toshiba Ivanov, so it's also Japanese. It sounds a little bit Japanese, I know, but it's not. It's not. It's just coincidence. But thank you for the pun. That's a pun.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, thank you for the jokes. Another jokes from the from the chat, or anybody wants to unmute again? Or it's enough for the jokes? Yeah, okay. And they keep laugh about the Tokyo on the chat. Okay. Anybody wants to make their jokes? Maybe Miss Henny? Okay.
Sorry, my life is already a complete joke. I don't need to add another jokes.
Okay. Yeah. So no another jokes? Because if you don't have any jokes anymore to tell, we will just close this segment. Yeah. Okay. No jokes. Okay. Maybe we can just count until 3. Okay. Yeah. Until 3, you cannot submit your own joke both in chat nor in your audio. Okay. Okay. Let's count it. 1, 2. And okay, Alprian. Yeah, Mr. Alprian has the jokes on our last minute. Yeah. Yeah. What's the longest words in the dictionary?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Okay. Smiles because there's a mile between the first and last name. Wow. Okay, that's a good joke. Yeah. Okay. 3 people give applause to Mr. Alprian. Okay, and then another question from Mr. Muhammad Anzas. Maybe I can just read it. Okay, it's in Indonesian language, so I just need to translate it. Therefore, Mr. Ivanov will understand, yeah? Okay. Okay, so he asked about how to teach English to special need kids like deaf and mute kids. And then how to teach them how to memorize English from the text and also the speech in English. So that is the question for Mr. Muhammad Ansas. Yeah, how to teach.
Yes. Well, I don't know how is it in Indonesia, but in Bulgaria we have a special type of school and special degree. I mean, I have degree in English teaching, but I could have chosen to teach kids with special needs. So there's a whole another degree because really you have to use different tools, different methods, and different school. I mean, we have different schools here for people who have problems, and the from what I can remember, because I have taken some classes from this degree as well. Some of them like mix and match the classes. So I think they first have to be able to understand their own language, and then then continue to learn the foreign language. And depending of the disability of the child, there are really different methods. I'm sure if that's not a quick subject to discuss, but I promise that I'll send to Widya Pane some material and she's gonna give it to you, and I'm gonna make sure that I really collect some good material for your question, and you'll be satisfied with it. So because we run out of time probably.
Okay, that was the answer from Mr. Ivanov for Mr. Ansas, yeah? Yeah, because it needs some expertise, yeah, from certain teacher to teach English to special needs kids, yeah. So we cannot really explain you in detail, ya. Kita belum bisa menjelaskan secara detail, ya. Mungkin nanti kita bisa sharing lagi sama Mr. Ansas, ya. Karena belajar bahasa Inggris dengan anak berkebutuhan khusus dengan yang normal itu pasti ada perbedaannya. Walaupun mungkin ada yang sama, tapi pasti yang spesial itu butuh juga special treatment seperti itu ya, Mr. Ansas. Oke, jadi ini ada pertanyaan lagi ya dari Mr. Ansas juga, but it's in Indonesian language. Ya, any more question from Mr. Ansas? Ya.
Oh yes, there's one thing I forgot. This is the culture of the Bulgarian. Take a look. Good to look. What is this? It's like a yeti, a baboon snowman.
I didn't understand a culture. What about a culture?
Bulgarian. This is a Bulgarian culture. This is like a dressing like a baboon snowman.
I'm not sure I understand.
Yeah. Okay. Just only difficult. This costumes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the costume.
Yeah. In the like a parade. What is this about? All about?
Oh, you mean the Bulgarian national costume?
Yes.
Okay. So, what does it mean? Well, the red means health because there are three colors in the flag and in the costume. The red means like fertility, health. The white is the the clouds, the sky, stuff like this. And the green is the grass because we have fertile land, not like in Indonesia. In Indonesia is very big, very fertile land. But here, for Europe, we have very good land too. So, I mean, the colors represent this, and the the dress is mixed of these three colors. So this is the meaning. And also Bulgaria has some Mongol features, in the dress, because apparently, like Mongolic tribes, Turkish Mongolic tribes, like, I don't know, thousands of years came here and they, stayed. So part of their culture, I guess, stays on. Although in modern Bulgaria, I mean, there's almost no DNA of Mongolic tribe and people, but I guess just little part of their culture, in terms of symbols on dress, on stays. So that's my explanation. I don't know if it's interesting.
Yeah, it's the costume, the mask who carry.
You ask about this. Okay. This is a different thing. This is Bulgaria, where before it had any religion, because first, the first religion in Bulgaria was Tangra religion, which was founded by Turkey. The Turkish people, the Turkish country, they believed in Tangra God. That was their religion. This is before Islam. And, in Bulgaria, it was part of Ottoman Empire too. So Bulgaria was, like Christian, Muslim. It was part of Tangra religion too. I mean, it's very, very mixed country. But before everything, they didn't believe in anything. I mean, it was like empty, no religion at all. So this cookery, the meaning is that once a year they dress like very, very scary person in order to scare the evil spirits. I mean, like, they pretend to be scary in order to scare the ghosts or the devils, whatever they believed in it. And this is really old tradition. I personally don't like it because it looks scary. It's kind of crazy, but I don't know. It's not practiced. It's not practiced everywhere. I mean, maybe in some village, in some town, they do it like for the show, for the TV, but nobody is crazy to believe in any of this. It's scary for the children too. I mean, it's just unbelievable. But yeah, I mean, that's a story behind it.
Yeah, scary. Zabelisitelno is stratno, remarkable and scary. Yeah, that's
Yes, Zabelizhdelno, yes.
like a demon goat.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like some tribes in Africa, or I don't know if Indonesia, they have tribes like this. I've read that in Australia, in New Zealand, in Africa, there are some tribes that still believe in ghosts, and they still dress, like super scary. And this was something that was done here. It was the same idea, but in modern Bulgaria, I mean, now nobody does it with this intention. It's all like for TV show. Nobody believes in it, for sure.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Jason, for your curiosity about Mr. Ivanov and also the beautiful culture of Bulgaria. Now we have our any more question, but before that, maybe we can just read some jokes that we found on YouTube Live. Yeah, Mr. Ivanov, I can just
Oh, yes.
read. Yeah, we almost forgotten. Yeah, that there are several people just watch on our YouTube live. So it's from Zahobo. He asked about what do you call a body without nose? What do you call a body without nose?
I have no idea.
It's nobody knows.
Oh, good. Yeah, clever.
Okay, so it's from Kiara. Kiara said that I shaved I shave every day, but my beard stays the same. What am I?
I
I
don't
shave
know.
every day, but my beard stays the same. What am I?
Hmm.
It's a barber.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
clever as
yeah,
well. Nice, nice.
he didn't say that it's his own beard, right? Just beard every
Yes.
day. Yeah, it's nice job, Kiara. Okay, good job. Okay, and then this is the question, maybe the last question, right? Yeah, because we are running out of the time. Maybe this is the last question from Mr. Muhammad Ansas. So he asked in Indonesian, so I just need to translate to you. He asked about, is there any boundaries or limitation? Is there any boundaries or limitation when we have to teach some jokes in the class?
Hmm.
Then he asked about, do you think that government take the big roles in teaching English at school? Do you think the government takes the big role when in terms of teaching English at the school? Okay, so
Okay,
two questions.
I'm gonna start with the last question. Of
Okay.
course, every government regulates the learning of different languages. If you're part of you know, union, geographic or economic or political union, that wants to only keep the immigration and the economic opportunity within itself, it may not be a good idea to let the population learn another language. For example, in China, they really have regulated like the number of English students, of German students, whatever. Because if everybody learn, English, they all wants to emigrate. I mean, I suppose. What's the reason to learn other than your own language and want to stay in your country? I mean, there are only so much opportunities within your country. So it always makes sense if you learn another language that you may have in mind living in another country. So, for example, China needs the population to live in China because they are producer of goods, of cars, manufacturers of many, many, many things. They produce, everything in the world. So they need their population. So it's not a good idea to let the population learn English because they need them inside. Of course, they need some English speakers to be diplomats, to be politicians, to be working in foreign ministry and help China, but not for the whole population. And the opposite, if you're a country who wants to have their population or give them opportunity to immigrate, they are going to allow learning foreign language. And this is calculated. This is thought about in your ministries, like your president. They think about these things. So if they allow you to learn a lot of languages, you may be sure that they're gonna make the process of you, finding a life somewhere else easier. And it makes sense because some country needs a lot of people, a lot of economic opportunities within the country, and some people do not. I mean, for Bulgaria, I can give you an example that Bulgaria, we learn a lot of different languages here. We learn German and then English and Russian, to be surprised. I personally do not like Russian, but I had it in school. So I know really a little bit, but only because I didn't want to pay attention. But my country, Bulgaria, is aimed at not keeping the population inside, but to spread in Europe and then come back, because it's not so far. I mean, from Bulgaria to another country in Europe is like it's very close. It's like Indonesia is probably like whole Europe. So you might imagine Europe is a small continent. And here, it's normal that we learn languages, we go to another country to work or to study, and then we come back, or we send money from another country to our country. And this is what my country, is hoping for. And thus, we learn these languages. So, to answer the question, to sum it up, yeah, these things are made by the government after they have calculated like what the country needs. Does it need population with a lot of immigrants, or it needs to forbid immigration and keep the people inside? Yeah, that's basically to sum it up. And the first question, I actually forgot it. You have to remind me. What was
The first question is about, is there any limitation or boundaries or
Oh, yeah.
something
Yeah.
that we should do or we shouldn't do in teaching jokes at the class?
Well, yes. I mean, I guess to children, of course, you have to be careful not to be too spicy or too vulgar, or to tell jokes with disability or something like this, to mock, people. There are all kind of jokes. So yeah, we have to be careful. And there are racial jokes, like, I mean, at least here, it's like there are almost no black people, and if you tell a joke for a black person and there is one, it's gonna be offended, so we don't do that. But for you, maybe it's opposite. If you tell a joke about a white person, maybe some white person is gonna be offended. I don't know. I mean, it depends. Personally, I'm open-minded enough to not take offense if somebody jokes with me, but you don't know people. Like, people really get offended by everything nowadays. I mean, nowadays. So, just if you want to tell jokes, just find some middle ground. Like in this presentation, my presentation, I really tried to select jokes that would not offend anyone or would not sound vulgar. And you might see that maybe they weren't this funny. Maybe they were almost not funny, but it's like kind of the middle ground that I wanted to deliver. So yeah, I mean, in between friends, in between family, the closer your person is, or the closer your students are to you, if you're a teacher, the more you can push to joke and not to offend them. So it's kind of relationship based. And also in co-working space, like if the boss is really funny, good guy, and you do good job, and the boss cannot do without you. I mean, he cannot, like, you run the company, you're the most important person. Maybe then you can joke with the boss on his expense. You can joke with him, but it's very subject. All of this is very subjective. So you have to, think before doing it, basically. That's my option.
Okay, that was the answer from Mr. Ivanov. So first about the boundaries, tentang batasan-batasan untuk mengajarkan candaan atau jokes dalam kelas itu, kita harus berhati-hati tidak terlalu memberikan jokes yang vulgar ataupun jokes yang mengandung sara, ya, jokes yang mengandung makna-makna rasisme dan sebagainya, karena tidak semua orang bisa menerima jokes tersebut, apalagi anak-anak. Mereka belum bisa memfilter. Jadi kita sebagai seorang guru gitu ya, kita harus bisa memfilter mana jokes yang bisa kita ambil dan mana yang tidak. Lalu pertanyaan yang kedua adalah tentang apakah pemerintah itu berperan penting dalam pengajaran bahasa Inggris di kelas. Ya, tentu saja itu berperan penting dimanapun, bukan hanya di Indonesia, di seluruh dunia itu pemerintah lah yang memberikan, yang mengatur regulasi ya, baik itu di bidang pendidikan dan lain-lain. Jadi pemerintah sangat berperan penting dalam pembelajaran bahasa Inggris khususnya di sekolah. Seperti itu ya untuk Bapak dari Semarang tadi ya, Bapak Anzas dari Semarang ya. Thank you for the question ya. Okay, so that was the last question, and there is no any more question, I guess, yeah. And I already shared the link for certificate. Yeah, anyone else? Yeah, somebody else about the certificate? Yeah, please just fill it now, and then it will be active until 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour after we end our seminar. So you better fill it now, or it will be inactive soon. Okay? Yeah. If you have any problem with the certificate, please just DM the admin from WhatsApp. Yeah, so we can just help you with the certificate. Okay. No any more question and no any more jokes means that we need to close our seminar and also workshop soon. Yeah. For everyone, thank you very much. Yeah. Before we close it, can you just open your camera because we will have taking picture together. Yeah, please open your camera. I will just make some screenshot.
Dah.
Sudah? Okay. Okay, so I want to shot the first slide. Anybody, can you pose like this? Yeah, pose like this. This means being UWGM, yeah. Being UWGM is our our study program, yeah. So please just pose with your best being UWGM fingers, yeah. Okay. Wait. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much for today, ya. And don't forget to fill your form, ya. Jangan lupa di form tersebut nanti diminta untuk men-upload, ya, share dari brosur yang teman-teman sudah share di sosial media dan juga tandanya sudah join, sudah follow dan juga sudah subscribe di YouTube, ya. Dan kalau sudah di subscribe dan juga di follow, please stay with us karena kita akan banyak lagi ya event-event seperti ini dan itu akan gratis ya. Jadi jangan sampai ketinggalan ya. Karena event seperti ini akan sangat berguna bagi teman-teman semua. Oke. Kalau begitu terima kasih banyak untuk waktunya. Kita akan ada seminar lagi ya. We still have 2 others seminars and workshop on Saturday and Monday with Miss Sylvia Ivanova and also Mr. Arthur Duray. So, thank you very much for today and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ya, you're welcome, Miss Nining. Ya, you're welcome everybody. Untuk sertifikatnya nanti stay tetap di grup ya, karena untuk hari ini sertifikatnya akan kami bagikan di grup di link Google Drive ya. Jadi cek nanti di grupnya. Untuk besok, mungkin kalau untuk hari Sabtu sertifikatnya bisa dilihat di email masing-masing. Tapi kalau untuk hari ini kami akan membagikannya di grup. Jadi jangan leave grupnya sampai kita selesai acara seminar dan workshop, dan kalau bisa sampai seterusnya karena kita akan bagikan juga event berikutnya di grup dan juga di sosial media ya. Terima kasih semuanya dan sampai jumpa. Bye-bye. Thank you very much, Mr. Ivanov and
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. You may leave to